You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
Yo, what is up guys, I'm Play3, and today we're going to be reviewing the Berserker themed Warframe, the Angry Warframe, and also the Warframe with the most armor in-game, Valkyr. Alright, let's get into her stats. So she has about 100 base health in the beginning, which goes up to 300 at max rank. She also has, starting out with 50 shield, but she goes up to 150 at rank 30, which is not really a big deal. But the big deal here is the armor. At 600, it is the highest amount of armor in a Warframe so far. And overall, that's really what makes her special. Her armor value. It's just so crazy. Now she has about 100 power, which goes to 150, so average, nothing to say about that. She has a sprint speed of 1.1, which is a little bit faster than normal Warframes, but really not that special. She has 2 V polarities, and her aura polarity is also a V polarity. Now you can get her parts by beating a lot V on Thermisto Jupiter. She's really not that hard to farm, and I definitely recommend farming her. And she's literally so much fun and so tanky, you can almost never die. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so let's talk about Valkyr's abilities. So, her first ability is called Ripline. For 25 energy, you can basically launch this grappling hook onto any surface and basically become Spider-Man. Now this is very good for fast travel. I mean, you can just fly around the map, get to a good spot, and you can also reload while doing this. Also, you can grapple enemies onto the ground, also knocking them back onto the ground so you can shoot them, which is pretty decent, I guess. Overall, there's nothing much to say. The damage of this ability is affected by strength, and the grappling range is affected by, well, range, duh. And that is why they call her the Angry Warframe. Alright. Valkyr's second ability is called War Cry. So for 75 energy, Valkyr lets out a rallying cry that increases you and your allies' melee speed while slowing down other enemies. Now, affected allies will gain 50% attack speed at max rank, as well as plus 50% armor, and enemies will slow down by 30%, and the effect lasts for about 15 seconds at max rank. Now, the bonuses in slow are affected by power range. Power strength. The radius is affected by power range, and the duration is affected by power duration. Alright, Valkyr's second ability is called Paralysis. So for 5 energy, she unleashes her shields in order to stun enemies. Since she doesn't have a lot of shields in the first place, it doesn't really matter if you lose your shield. So this does 350% impact damage at max rank, and has a shield discharge has a knockback strength of 1000 damage at max rank. Now the damage multiplier and knockback strength are affected by power strength, and the radius is affected by power range. Also, stunned enemies are vulnerable to finisher attacks, which is pretty helpful, and overshields also contribute to paralysis damage. Alright, Valkyr's staple ability is called Hysteria. So for 25 energy, Valkyr becomes really mad and starts clawing everything out with her energy claws. Now this is 250 base damage. It's evenly distributed between puncture, impact, and slash. So also base damage is affected by steel charge, and also life strike effects is affected by this ability, so you can life steal while you're doing this ability, but it'll drain a lot of energy while you're doing this, by the way. Also, there's about a 50% crit chance with a 200% crit damage multiplier, and also a 10% status chance with this. So it's almost like Exalted Blade, in which is like it's almost treated as its own weapon, but it uses the mods of your melee. Now this ability will have about 2.5 energy per second drain, so you gotta watch out for it. And also, when you run out, if there's still enemies around, you will take about, I think, 25% of all stored damage as impact damage to Valkyr. So Valkyr with Hysteria is like the best thing ever. It's so fun to play, and it's probably the reason, like, I'm probably gonna mod her just for Hysteria because that's just one of her best abilities. So alright, it's time to mod Valkyr. So we're gonna take advantage of Valkyr's high amount of armor and stick a steel fiber on here, as well as an armored agility for a little bit more sprint speed onto her crazy fast sprint speed already at 1.1, so now it's going to be increased even more. So she's going to have plus 45% plus 100. If you max this out, it's 120% armor. So for an increased of 165% armor, it'll bring her up to about 1,580 if I max out steel fiber. But since it's 100%, I just put 1,470. I probably could max it out right now, but I'm still working on her a little. So I've got rejuvenation heal. Heal. It does heal, but it's here to heal Valkyr since she has the high health pool. Since she has low shields, I didn't bother with the redirection. Like, screw redirection. You could probably add a higher ranked flow, obviously. I don't have enough mod space right now, but put a flow on here so you can do Hysteria for longer. This is mostly a Hysteria based build because that's like, I feel like that's one of her most useful abilities. Since she's going to be draining a lot of energy, we're going to add Streamline for more power efficiency. You could also add Fleeting Expertise that will further increase power efficiency. Power duration doesn't really affect Valkyr that much, so I wouldn't worry about that. But I would put Fleeting Expertise as well as Streamline. You may want to put Vigor, but honestly, it's just like, man, I would rather not do Vigor. It's just personal preference. I really just won't do Vigor. So yeah. I also formatted this to a D polarity, but you can also change it to a V polarity if you want to put Steel Charge, which will further increase your Hysteria damage. And this will also, Hysteria will also use the mods on your melee weapon. So as you can see in my Broken War here, I just put a ton of slash damage to increase the amount of damage on Hysteria. And this is mostly my normal build for my Broken War, but it'll help increase the damage for Hysteria. So yeah, that's how I would mod Valkyr. So overall, do I think that Valkyr is worth the farm, even though it's not really that hard to farm? I definitely say yes. Go get her right now. She is so tanky, dude. And I don't know what the Corpus did to her. I don't know. If they infused her with like a freaking tank or something, because she is literally so powerful and so tanky. Why wouldn't you want the most tankiest Warframe in the game? Like, seriously, man. She is the best at shredding anything. Anything. And overall, I have a ton of fun with her, and I highly recommend her as a Warframe. Valkyr also has a passive ability in which that if she is ever at a point where she is knocked down, she gets up faster than most other Warframes, and overall it helps a lot, I guess. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is EverPlay3 signing out until the next Warframe video.